Hey guys, welcome back to Pipe Hitters Performance. Today we're going to be talking about front rack position and how we can improve front rack. A lot of times in the weight room I see guys struggle with front rack. They can't really rotate and get that elbow up into a proper position. They're kind of sitting here. I see a lot of front rack that might be a little bit offset, so different elbow alignment. And it's just a struggle sometimes. So we're going to talk about some ways to improve that. So we're going to go through a couple of stretches, a little bit of mobility, but more activation. So obviously with front rack, you want to mobilize the lats and the triceps, but we're not going to get too obsessed with that. We're going to spend some time, we really need some adequate T-spine mobility, so thoracic spine mobility and control. Then we're also going to talk about scapular movement and scapular rhythm and how we can do some drills to create some good movement and rhythm in the scap. So the first thing that we're going to do, we're going to kind of get right directly into front rack, and we're going to do what's called a banded front rack stretch. So I've got my little mobility band attached to the rack. What I'm going to do is slide my hand through, overlap the hand so I've got it tracked right here at the wrist. I'm going to peel up and away, and I'm going to get into front rack. It's probably better if I do this on the left side, huh? So let me switch over here to the left. Slide the hand through, trap the band. I've got this thing pinned in front rack. Now, I'm feeling a nice pull in the tricep and the lat. To kind of accentuate that feeling, I'm going to kind of brace and get into this neutral position. If I was hyperextended, I'm going to have less of a pull. So I want to kind of get my belly tight, butt tight, feel neutral, hold here anywhere from 1 to 2 minutes. Okay, when you're dismounting out of this, there's a lot of stretch on, so I tend to kneel down and let it come out. So that's kind of some direct mobility to address that lat and tricep. But we're going to get into some thoracic mobility now, so we're going to go with the rock back T-spine rotation. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get a nice quadruped position. I'm going to start heel, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to purely move on exhalation. So I'm going to take a nice deep breath in, exhale, rock back, and that was all done on one exhalation. I'll do it again. Again, taking your time with this, trying to get into the good positions. That rock back, when you rotate, it's going to hit more lat, more that bottom lat, so I really like it for front rack. You're looking at 15 reps per side to really open you up. And we're going to kind of get into more active drills now. We're going to do what I call a half kneeling windmill, and this is going to help with that T-spine mobility and control. Also a lot of scap and shoulder stability coming up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get into this half kneeling position. I'm going to put the kettlebell in the hand of the planted foot, and I'm going to get right here in this nice stable position, butt tight, belly tight, neutral spine. All I'm going to do is try to work a little bit of rotation, keeping everything stacked, drop the hand, come back up, hit neutral. It's very simple, it's very basic, and it's a great one to start. Again, it doesn't have to be tons of reps, maybe 6 to 8 per side. If you want to advance it, I'll start to take guys from a standing position. So we'll stand, press, get into half kneel, rotate, stabilize, come back to standing. But that's a little bit advanced. All right, coming into the arm bar with press. So for this drill, I'm going to lay down on the ground. And what I want to do here is I want to kind of retract the lat, get that shoulder to drop down into the ground. Everything's nice and flat. I'm going to go ahead and press, slide over to my arm bar, stabilize, everything's good and check. And I'm also going to come back down and press. So I'm just going to reset, press, rotate over, press. Again, I'd like to do about 6 to 8 to 10 per side. Okay, so the last thing we have are the half kneeling halos. So again, I'm going to get back into this half kneel position. I'm going to hold my kettlebell out front, and I'm pretty much trying to stabilize my trunk and trace a halo over my head. Try not to rock my hips, keep my scaps engaged. And I'll go 6 to 8 reps clockwise, 6 to 8 reps counterclockwise. Now I only showed you guys just one side of half kneeling to save time, but in all these drills, when I'm half kneeling, I'll do all my reps on one side, do all my reps on the other side. So that's front rack position. Give these a try. Make these part of what you do before you work out if your workout involves a lot of front rack. And give it 4 weeks of practice. See you guys.